Good evening, everyone. Welcome. First, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to Brooklyn Borough President Eric Adams and his incredible team, including Sandra and Candace, for honoring the rich diversity in our borough and for hosting Arab-American Heritage Day. Recognizing our community members is more important now than ever. Thank you for your dedication and leadership. And thank you to each and every one of you for joining us tonight. My name is Rawa Nancy Al-Bilal. I'm the president and CEO of the Arab-American Family Support Center. At the Arab-American Family Support Center, we strengthen communities by promoting well-being, preventing violence, getting families ready to learn, work, and succeed, and amplifying the voices of the marginalized populations. Arab-American Family Support Center's vision is more pressing today than ever. We strive for a socially just society where all immigrants, including Arab, Middle Eastern, Muslim, and South Asian populations, can fully partake as Americans. I am deeply proud of the diversity of immigrants we serve every day at the Arab-American Family Support Center, and even more proud that we can offer those services to a borough across a city that values inclusion and celebrates the diversity of our community members. We are made richer because of our diversity. Tonight, we celebrate the incredible contributions of Arab Americans working in our city. We will hear from one of the Arab American Family Support Center young adults, program participant, tremendously talented opera singer. Sam, where's Sam? Sam, hi. And Christine Moore, his incredible voice teacher. She is fantastic. She's doing a great job with him. We will enjoy a Debke performance, view art, and taste delicious food inspired by one or many from the 22 Arab communities. Equally important, we will honor allies of the Arab American immigrant communities at large. And I would like to say to them, thank you for standing in solidarity with us and for embracing our differences. Together, we can and will find unity within that diversity. And now I am proud to welcome Sam to sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Sam. This is so incredible. He is so talented and so gifted. We are very, very proud of him. And Christine, you're doing an awesome job. Thank you so, so much. And I want to recognize the Honorable Surrogate of King County, Lopez Torres, for being in the house. Welcome. It's nice to have you here with us. Now I have the distinct honor of introducing and honoring Cecilia Clark. Ms. Clark is the president and CEO of Brooklyn Community Foundation and an overall champion of all marginalized populations. At a time when immigrants and refugees have been targeted, she remained steadfast, committed to social justice. Her leadership of the Brooklyn Community Foundation has been truly impactful in responding to the needs of immigrant community members. She initiated an immigrant rights fund and a sustained response fund. Cecilia advocates for racial justice daily. Cecilia, on behalf of the Arab-American Family Support Center, I am proud to recognize you for your bold decisions to stand in solidarity with and to take action for our neighbors. Thank you for all you have done and for all that you continue to do. Please join me in welcoming Cecilia. Precious, thank you.
Good evening. I'm so honored to be here. On the ride over, I noticed a news item that this is the 51st anniversary of the death of Martin Luther King, and I saw a quote of his. He's quoted all the time, but it's always right to do right. And I thought about Nancy and her team and this community who is always doing right. So I'd like to just start with that. And thank you, Nancy, for the kind words and the work you do. So I'm Cecilia Clark. I'm president of Brooklyn Community Foundation. We had a record-breaking year last year in 2018. As a public foundation, our goal is to build assets to meet community need. And last year we raised $16.5 million. Thank you. While that is great for us, it's even better for the borough. In 2018, we were able to distribute $7 million in grants. And through these grants, we partner with and support more than 100 community-based nonprofits who are taking on Brooklyn's most pressing challenges. And that, of course, includes the American Family Support Center. One of the reasons for our recent record-breaking success is that we do things a bit differently in Brooklyn, because of course we are Brooklyn. We use a local, community-led approach that flips traditional philanthropy power structure on its head. Our approach is framed by a core tenet, that those who are closest to the challenge are closest to the solution. Days after the 2016 election, which I think we can just all agree was a crisis, in the wake of the mounting uncertainty and fear within Brooklyn's immigrant communities, and the promised, and of course we know, realized creation of dangerous and exclusionary government policies, We knew we had to do something, and we knew we had to act fast. So we partnered with our donors to create the Immigrant Rights Fund for Brooklyn. We set out to raise $1 million, but we've actually surpassed that goal. And since this crisis shows no signs of slowing down, we have moved the goalpost and hope to raise $2 million in order to take on the immediate and long-term needs of immigrants in our borough through 2020. And as you all know very well, the need is clear. Brooklyn is home to almost 1 million foreign-born residents, almost 40% of the borough's population. They are also significant contributors to Brooklyn's economic strength, with 50% of Brooklyn businesses immigrant-owned. Further, it is estimated that almost 170,000 immigrants in Brooklyn are undocumented, ranking Brooklyn 9th among U.S. counties in total undocumented residents. And most poignantly, over a quarter of undocumented immigrants in the borough live with a child who was born in the United States, highlighting the potential impact deportations have on separating parents from their children. Since launching the Immigrant Rights Fund in November 16, literally days after the election, we have deployed over $800,000 to dozens of organizations across our borough who are working directly with the community to face the real threat of their safety, health, and families. Many of our grantees are small and led by members of their own community and are in fact at risk themselves. But they are therefore unlikely to attract the kind of resources large national nonprofits do. I remember, in fact, when we started the Immigrant Rights Fund, ACLU, within weeks of the election, had record-breaking, literally hundreds of millions of dollars in donations to ACLU, deserved, and they are fighting the good fight. But here, these small community-based organizations would never be able to make the connections they need to be able to leverage that money. And while we do make strategic investments in large organizations, especially those who are doing advocacy work, it is our local giving that is so effective. We know our community well and the organizations that keep it safe and strong. And one of those organizations, of course, is the critical community-led work by the Arab-American Family Center. In January 2017, just days after the announcement of the first Muslim travel ban, we deployed over $100,000 in emergency response grants to support the critical response to 8 local nonprofits, including the center, aimed at defending the liberties of immigrant individuals and families, as well as promoting the safety and strength of our communities. In October 2017, we gave a $2,500 action fund, which are grants that we process in 1 week's time, to support the center's Stomp Out the Muslim Ban protest, an incredible art protest and dance rally held right here at Brooklyn Borough Hall, presented by young women activists using traditional Arabic dance as a tool to protest anti-Muslim bigotry. And this winter, we awarded a $15,000 sustained response grant to the center in support of its legal services program, which prioritizes family reunification and has provided assistance to families, especially Yemeni families, affected by the ongoing travel ban. As a community foundation, we are defined as being place-based, as being local. And we feel strongly that we must help Brooklyn's communities move from fear to strength, from trauma to healing, from division to wholeness, and from uncertainty to action. Our local nonprofits need our attention and support. They are on the front lines of the headlines we despair about, and they inspire because their solutions will be the solutions we need to see everywhere. So keep up the great work, Family Center, because we've got your back. Thank you.
Just in time. We are in your house. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to our host, Borough President Adams.
Thank you so much, and really, this is your house. Those of you who have been here over and over again realize that we call this building the People's House, and we are often excited whenever there's a heritage event that's held here, because even after you depart, you leave your spirit and your energy and your emotional DNA on the walls and the chairs and the structure, and that energy is combined together with the other heritage group that makes up this great borough called Brooklyn. 47% of Brooklynites speak a language other than English at home. Think about that for a moment. We are the United Nations of America, and the way goes Brooklyn, goes New York, the way goes New York, goes America, the way goes America, goes the globe. And we are continue to expand and grow. And I cannot thank Ms. Clark enough. She leads our initiative around the census. This is so important. There's a disconnect between this borough with its 2.6 million documented residents. Far too many are intimidated by the process of filling out this form. This form determines if we will get the necessary resources for our children. It determines the dollars that come to this city on the federal level. It determines how we are counted. We need you to partner with us as we ensure that every Brooklynite is counted. Are you with me? Okay, I need that. I need some type of feedback. My significant other is a third grade teacher. And so let me share this with you in my closing remarks. First of all, congratulations to all those who are being honored. I went to a school when I was a child growing up in South Jamaica, Queens. And I remember when I started going there, high school, it was the first time that I went to what was an ethnically diverse school. The school was in a predominantly white community called Bayside, and it was intimidating and it was frightening for me. I was leaving South Jamaica, Queens, which was historically an African-American community, and I was going far away where I had to take actually 2 buses. It was an hour ride to get there. And just the thought of leaving my safe environment really traumatized me, and how I would fit in and how I would participate in an environment that I was not used to. It was actually a handicap that I grew up in a community where everyone looked like me, talked like me, ate the same food, did the same thing. I embraced the anti-Christopher Columbus theory, feeling if I lost or left the boundaries of South Jamaica, Queens, I was going to fall off the globe, not realizing that there was an entire globe waiting for me to explore, adore, and to conquer. And my favorite aunt pulled out a $20 bill. I only have $10 now. And she said, she crumbled it up, she dropped it on the floor, she stepped on it, she threw it up against the wall, and she unfolded it. And she said, "Baby, how much is this worth?" And I said, $20. She says, "Eric, no one could devalue you. It doesn't matter what they say. Doesn't matter what they call you. It doesn't matter if from time to time you want to crumble up in a ball because of what you go through. It doesn't matter your ups and your downs. You still are going to be worth the face value of this note. No one knows that more than you and your community. Donald Trump tried to crumple you. He tried to throw your Muslim up against your religion up against the wall. He tries to call it names and all the things that he would like you to believe, but you know your value. Only way your value will be devalued if you make the determination to give it away as something less than what it is worthy of and what is the face of what it is. It's your call. And when I walked into Bayside, I walked into the school with a clear understanding of my value. And it didn't matter what people said to me or what people called me or what people told me I was not worth or was worth. I knew my value. That's the message we need to tell the young people who are part of that 47% that I talked about. They may come first or second generation. The only thing we all have in common is that we've all came from another country. So when someone tells you to go back to your country, you tell them you will when they go back to theirs. That's the reality. We're all visitors. No one has a right to claim the energy of America, but the people who come here and participate in the American dream. That's the beauty of this place. My team knows all the time, I say embrace your hyphen. It's that dash that sits between our cultures. This is the only country where you are asked to bring your cultural experience and not to shed it. Arab-American, Chinese-American, Jewish, Portuguese, German, African-American, Dominican-American. That is our secret weapon. When you remove that hyphen between our cultures and our name, we're no longer who we state we are. We are merely lingering out on the outcast of what participation in the American or democratic experience is about. You must protect that hyphen with everything you have and never shed it from who and what you are. It is our identity. It is how we represent ourselves. It is what we stand up and say. And no one can ever take that away from us. And we wear it proudly. And so when we come today and celebrate your heritage in America, we celebrate America. And we lift ourselves up in the process. So I ask you to leave our comfort zones and embrace all the different cultures that makes up this great city. Brooklyn is the place where you can walk into a Chinese restaurant, have a Jewish cook make you an Italian meal with hummus. That is the Brooklyn way. That is how we do things. Diversity is our rule. Diversity is our king. Diversity is what we believe in. Let's continue to embrace that diversity as we lift up this great community and all that you represent. I thank you.
Borough President, thank you. He's always helped us amplify the voices of our community members and always respected their choices. They say a word from the heart goes straight to the heart, and you touch us deep in our heart. Thank you so much. Cecilia, can I invite you back up again for you to receive your proclamation? On behalf of the Arab-American Family Support Center, I am truly privileged to honor two additional individuals who have been allies and champions for Arab-American communities in New York City. Randa Al-Sayed Hafar is Managing Director of City Private Bank. She is previously worked for the Private Bank of Chase Manhattan and Bank of New York. Randa is a trustee of Ulmer and Mamdouha Babsit Foundation has been involved in worldwide Alumni Association of AUB as a member at large and a member of its strategic planning task force. She is a trustee of the American University of Beirut since 2011, and an AUB graduate. Randa is also the past vice president of the New York Metropolitan Chapter of AUB Alumni Association of North America. Randa serves as a trustee for several charitable organizations and has helped to support the establishment of comprehensive mental health initiative called Reclaiming Our Health at the Arab-American Family Support Center. The aims are to reduce stigma associated with mental illness and increase access to care for those suffering. Her commitment to improving the mental well-being of Arab American immigrants will have a lasting impact. Thank you, Randa, for all that you do. Next, I would like to invite J.C. Salir. He exemplifies the values of a true ally. JC goes above and beyond every single day to ensure all people's rights are respected and values. He is an assistant professor of practice in anthropology department and human rights program at Barnard College and a staff attorney for the Arab American Family Support Center, where he runs our immigrant law clinic. He is co-organizer of Migrant Personhood and Rights, Crisis of Recognition, a 3-year symposium at Columbia University Center for the Study of Social Difference. In addition to work on U.S. immigrant law and policy, he runs a multi-year NSF-funded research project focusing on issues of migration, human rights, sovereignty related to Australian government's policy of placing asylum seekers in a detention center in New Guinea. JC has demonstrated commitment to and solidarity with immigrant communities over his decades-long role at the Arab American Family Support Center. JC's work as an attorney, he volunteered at the JFK Airport, supporting immigrants in light of the travel ban. I am proud to call JC a colleague and a friend, and truly privileged to honor him tonight. And now I would like to introduce John Abi Habib to the microphone.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Jerry Kassar is a lifelong resident of Brooklyn. Having been raised in Dyker Heights, he attended St. Ephraim Catholic Academy and Xaverian High School, and then he graduated with a bachelor's degree in accounting from Pace University. Jerry serves as president and is still current director of the Dyker Heights Civic Association and served on the board of the former Victory Memorial Hospital. Jerry writes a weekly column entitled Common Sense, which we need a lot of it these days, which has appeared in the Brooklyn Home Reporter for more than 30 years. Kassar, Jerry, and his wife, Janet, she's here somewhere, reside in Dyker Heights. In January 2019, Jerry won the election of the New York State Conservative Party leadership. Jerry's lifelong 40-year legislative career, in which he held as a senior staff positions in Albany for different positions, and he was appointed State Senator Murray Gordon's chief of staff in 2004, and where until he retired in December 2018.
Tonight's program was coordinated by the Arab Heritage Committee. I would like to ask the committee members to stand and wave. Okay. All right. Cuisines, you will enjoy the cuisines a little bit later. El Salam Restaurant, Coffee Dinner, Damascus Bread and Bakery, Karam Catering, Lasage, Lilac Chocolate, Nablus Sweets, Oriental Pastry and Grocery, The Stone House at Clove Lakes, Yemen Cafe, and Yemen Wahda. The art display provided by Egypt-American Art and Culture Organization. I would like to invite the Borough President back to the microphone.
It was brought to my attention that there's a group here that's being honored, and they also want to voice themselves with some signs and some communications. This is not a place of stymieing anyone's voice. You have a right to raise any issues that you want. If you want to come up and be honored together, whatever signs, whatever messages you want to send, I welcome them. I welcome you always to have the right to communicate. I will never stop being an advocate. I will never stop being a person who will raise my voice and support those who want to raise their voice. The diversity of voices allow us to be the country that we are in. So let's get the last proclamation, and any sign you want to join this, please feel free to do so.
Arab-American Association. Now I would like to invite Dr. Jabir on behalf of the Arab-American Association of New York.
Good evening, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. I think we are going to honor the Tarab, New York City, so come to the stage. Tarab, New York City is a non-profit organization that fosters an inclusive and safe community for lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, and or gender non-conforming Arab, Middle East, and or North African people in the greater New York City area. Tarab, New York City recognizes the full diversity of ethnicity, gender, religion, and sexuality within our communities, including but not limited to the Arab, Middle Eastern, North African, and LGBTQIA communities in New York City. Arab-American mission, we strive to create safe spaces, fostering inclusive environment free of racism, sexism, racism, misogyny, Zionism, religionism, ageism, classism, any ism which you think of, they are adopting that too. Our founder, Bashar, received the same award 2 years ago, but his identity was recognized as a gay person. Now we honor him because of his activism and what is he doing for this organization. Because of his activism now, we are reaching to this point that they are open and they are inclusive in our community. Thank you, and more than welcome.
I really want to thank you for offering us to speak. I really appreciate it. And this is the leadership that I look up to as an asylum seeker here in this country. I'm in law school. I'm a twin mom of two babies, two Arab babies in this borough. And I really thank you for this. But if you allow me for 1 second. We in Tarab, we believe in social justice. We believe that silence is unjust in the face of oppression. And we believe in forgiveness. And that's why we're here today after what happened with Bashar 2 years ago. Therefore, Mr. John Abu Habibi and others who have continued to erase LGBTQ identities like mine, like his, and like theirs, we would like you to apologize for intentionally erasing LGBTQ identities. And we are here in this not to protest, not to cause any problems, because we strongly believe in the history of this country, like Dr. Martin Luther King, who said that silence in the face of injustice makes us part of the oppression. So if you are ready to make an apology, we are here with extended hand for real allyship like this person just demonstrated. So I really thank you. Thank you for this. And if you would like to work with us with open arms, we are here for each and every one of you. Oh, he wasn't in the picture. He loves the rainbow.
Okay.
We can still be fabulous while we do. Thank you, everyone.
Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone here had an enjoyable evening so far. I promise to be brief and will try my best not to bore you with a lengthy closing statement. First, I would like to congratulate our honorees for their very well-deserved recognitions. To our distinguished guests, thank you for attending tonight and keeping with this great tradition. I hope you will enjoy the great food and drinks that our community restaurants have gracefully donated for this evening. Last but not least, to our Borough President Eric L. Adams, and of course your wonderful team, on behalf of the Salam Club of New York, a very big thank you for adopting this event and allowing us to participate. Embrace Your Hyphen promotion for International Day of Friendship is very much in line with what the Salam Club's motto that reads that better understanding among men may always prevail. Mr. Adams, you truly are a bridge builder in recognizing the hyphen that connects people together. For those who do not know me, my name is Hani Bargash. I'm the current president of the Salam Club of New York, a social club that has been in existence for almost 75 years. It started by a group of businessmen from Middle Eastern background, which have emigrated from their homelands to make Brooklyn, New York, their new home away from home. The club has a strong membership to this day and strives on fundraising for the benefit of our local community. A partial list of it includes the St. Nicholas Home, Maimonides Hospital, the local fire and police departments, St. Jude Children's Hospital, Caritas International, Teach for Lebanon, the Guild for the Exceptional Children, the Salam Club Scholarship Fund, the Borough President's Thanksgiving Drive, and the Fort Hamilton Army Base. The Salam Club is a 501c3 foundation, and with your support, we can definitely reach and help more people in need. Your contributions are welcomed. Thank you again for attending this International Day of Friendship. Enjoy your evening.
I would like to invite the committee members and the honorees to the front for a group picture